Polish millionaire is speaking out today after facing backlash for stealing a hat from a child at the U.S. Open this week, and it wasn't to apologize.
Let me introduce you to Douchebag of the Week.
A Millionaire CEO broke the heart of a young tennis fan over the weekend when he snatched the cap of star player Kamil Majchrzak from the hands of a child in the stands after the match.
Yikes. This happened after a match when tennis star Kamil Majchrzak was signing autographs after his win. He took off his hat to give to the boy, but that man snatches it away and takes off with it.
Well, from winning to losing at the U.S. Open, the CEO of a Polish company has come out with an apology after a video went viral showing him snatching a hat away from a child that had been signed by a tennis player. Watch this. The video posted online shows the moment the CEO of a paving company was caught grabbing away the signed hat, which was meant to be given to that young boy. The incident occurred after a game last Thursday, the video going viral.
It sent the internet into a spin. A Polish businessman who snatched a signed cap from a young tennis fan has finally apologised. And though the exchange only lasted for a split second at the US Open, it's turned into a major headache for the millionaire days after it was all caught on camera.
It was the hat snatch seen around the world, razor fast and heartbreaking for this little tennis fan. The Polish millionaire snaffled Kamil Majchrzak's cap. The cap snatcher was quickly identified, a Polish paving magnate with a net worth in the millions. Now, days later, a grovelling apology and justification. I became caught up in the heat of the moment and the joy of the victory, and I believed Majchrzak was handing a hat to me to give to my sons.
A millionaire CEO just snatched a child's gift at the US Open in front of millions of people. And instead of walking away with the souvenir, he walked straight into the internet's hall of shame. This wasn't just greedy, it was cartoon villain levels of shameless. And now Piotr Szczerek's reputation is in flames.
This man literally snatched a signed hat from a kid at the US Open. Yes, you're seeing that correctly. The internet was furious, and then people discovered that he wasn't just a regular fan. People quickly identified him, and allegedly he's a Polish millionaire CEO. And quickly the internet gave him the title of being one of the most hated men on the internet right now.
So, what kind of grown man snatches a gift meant for a child?
His character was revealed for all of us to see.
Not just any man, a millionaire CEO who apparently thought public decency had an off switch. At the US Open, right after Polish player Kamil Majchrzak's victory, the world expected smiles, sportsmanship, and a wholesome fan moment. Instead, they got a real-life villain origin story. The boy, little Brock, stood there, hand out, eyes wide, ready for the moment of his life. But before he could even touch that hat, Piotr Szczerek, a middle-aged businessman who looks like he practices his smirk in the mirror, lunged in and ripped it away on live television in front of millions. From a child.
Imagine being so rich you can buy an entire warehouse of hats, but instead you decide to steal one from a kid at the US Open like it's Black Friday at Walmart. And now this guy's really out here giving TED Talks on first come, first serve. Bro, you're a millionaire CEO, not a kid in the lunch line fighting over the last chicken nugget.
It wasn't just greedy, it was the kind of thing that makes you wonder if Piotr sleeps upside down in a cave somewhere. And the internet? Oh, the internet went feral. The video clip exploded online faster than Piotr's PR team could say, delete search history. Fans slowed it down, zoomed in, replayed it like it was the Zapruder film. The boy's face, crushed, disappointed, became the centerpiece. Meanwhile, Piotr took the hat and walked away like he'd just won Wimbledon himself.
Yikes. This happened after a match when tennis star Kamil Majchrzak was signing autographs after his win. He took off his hat to give to the boy, but that man snatches it away and takes off with it.
Captions read, "Greedy CEO steals from child. How low can you go?" And my personal favorite, "Bro thought he unlocked the DLC for villainy." By the next morning, everyone scrolling Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram had seen it. The hashtags were merciless. Hashtag hat snatcher, hashtag Piotr the thief, hashtag CEO of greed.
It is a painful but necessary lesson in humility.
But also some much-needed damage control. The businessman's paving company has been bombed by negative reviews, and there has been a chorus of critics online calling for his head.
Shame on you.
As for the little boy, Brock, he was tracked down by Majchrzak and scored a whole bag of merch.
And then came the real trouble. People wanted to know exactly who this man was. The internet has one superpower. Do not mess with children on camera. Within hours, digital detectives tracked him down. His name, Piotr Szczerek. His job, CEO of Drogbud, a Polish paving company. His new title, Public Enemy Number 1.
At the US Open on Thursday, cameras caught a grown adult man bulldozing a little kid to get an autographed hat signed by Kamil Majchrzak that the tennis star was clearly handing to the child. Now, the kid, Brock, looked positively crestfallen. His little face will break your heart. Now, the identity of the hat burglar was a mystery at first, but internet sleuths found him. He's apparently a Polish millionaire who runs a paving company, and the World Wide Web is now on a campaign to tank his business.
It wasn't just some random man in the crowd anymore. It was a wealthy CEO, a man who probably has marble floors in his bathroom, caught stealing a hat from a kid. Suddenly, this wasn't just a viral clip, it was a corporate scandal. His company's search results got hijacked. Instead of slick ads about paving roads, anyone Googling Drogbud saw Piotr snatching a hat from a crying child. You can't buy that kind of branding. And trust me, you wouldn't want to. While Piotr hid in his CEO bunker, the actual hero of this story, Kamil Majchrzak, took action. He posted online, asking fans to help him find the boy who had been robbed of his moment. And sure enough, the internet tracked down Brock faster than Piotr could hit disable comments. Majchrzak met Brock in person, gave him signed gear, autographs, and enough memorabilia to erase the sting of Piotr's grab.
The player later took to Instagram and said, "After the match, I didn't record that my cap didn't get to that young boy." He then put a call out to find the boy. And luck was on his side, reuniting with the fan after the match to give him a cap. Polish magnate Piotr Szczerek was forced to issue a groveling apology on his personal Facebook page after the footage went viral, leading commentators to compare him to the viral Coldplay Kiss Cam CEO.
A young tennis fan has had his US Open dreams rescued thanks to a kind-hearted pro and a little help from the internet. You might have seen this vision over the weekend, an obnoxious man snatching Polish player Kamil Majchrzak's hat from the hands of a keen young fan and then stashing it in his wife's bag. When the player saw that vision, he tracked the boy down online and surprised him with a signed cap and a bundle of goodies. A beautiful memory to outshine the other man's, shall we say, disappointing behaviour.
The boy left smiling, a true redemption arc. Meanwhile, Piotr was left with nothing but his reputation burning like a trash fire. Days later, Piotr finally spoke. His statement appeared on his company's website, a written letter from his PR team. He claimed he thought the hat was for him.
Do not like that hat stealing that went viral. And the guy is now
backtracking, shall we say.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Returning said hat. So here's the video in case you missed it. Polish player Kamil Majchrzak gives his hat to a young fan, only to have it snatched by a grown-up man who now says he thought, oof, I thought he was giving the hat to me.
For him. Imagine that. You see a player bending toward a child, hand outstretched, and your brain says, oh yes, that's definitely for me. Really? I'm not buying that. Then came the weird part. He described the boy as injured. Was it a bad translation? Did Piotr think he sprained the kid's feelings? The internet tore that wording apart like vultures. And when he disabled comments on the post, that was like throwing gasoline on the fire.
All trace of the CEO is gone from social media and is being called some colorful names online. A sack of garbage, a common thief, a primitive scammer, and a shameful jerk. There's even a whiff of a boycott campaign.
People saw it not as an apology, but as damage control from a man who got caught red-handed, literally snatching from a child. But the apology wasn't the end. Oh no. The rumors started swirling. Some posts claimed Piotr told the boy, if you were faster, you would have it. Others alleged he said he'll sue critics online. Whether true or not, the internet didn't care.
After facing criticism online, the man responded by saying, quote, if you were faster, you would have it, and threatened legal action for those criticizing him. But Majchrzak met up with the boy afterwards and gave him another hat to make up for it. I don't know what that man can do to make up for his actions. But, you know, he's got to live with it.
Yeah. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Piotr denied it all. He insisted those quotes were fake. But here's the thing. When you've already been filmed taking a hat from a child on live TV, the benefit of the doubt is gone. The internet doesn't wait for fact checks. Memes don't pause for corrections. By the time his denials surfaced, the villain narrative had already locked in. Search Piotr Szczerek now, and you won't find business accolades. You'll find memes of him photoshopped as Gollum, clutching the hat like it's the One Ring. You'll find TikToks comparing him to Disney villains. Years of community work, sponsorships, gone. One clip, one hat, one child's disappointment. And Piotr's reputation was paved over like one of his own roads. This wasn't just a stumble. It was a total collapse.
I don't even know how tennis works. Besides, the US Open isn't even about tennis anymore. It's about the honeydew cocktails with the tennis balls in the drink, the caviar-topped chicken nuggets. I will say I've always wanted to catch one of the tennis balls that they launch into the crowd after the match. So if there is an opportunity for me to get anything from one of the players, I will not let that opportunity slip. I'll call you after the game. Dude, I got a hat, but no, I didn't buy it. I earned it. After Majchrzak won his match, he was signing things and giving them to the crowd, and he was gonna give his hat to this little boy, but the boy was too slow. He reached out, yoink, I reached out faster. The hat is coming home with me. Listen, I hear you, but I doubt anyone recorded it. They're gonna post it, and that post is gonna go viral, and the public is gonna come after me. If anything, if that did happen, hopefully the public learns a lesson from this, which is first come, first serve. I'm saying this all the time. Besides, my company is known for sponsoring young athlete programs, okay? No one is gonna come for me. By the way, what I always say, chin up, hats off, less venom, more sportsmanship. This is gonna blow over, trust me.
What this shows is brutal, but true. In the digital age, you're one viral clip away from being immortalized as a villain. For Piotr, it was a hat. Tomorrow, it could be someone else's tone-deaf comment, a shady deal, or a moment of arrogance caught on camera. The internet doesn't forgive, it doesn't forget. And when children are involved, forget it, you're done. At the end of the day, the boy got his redemption, the tennis player got his hero moment, and the CEO, he got shredded. His apology read like a legal disclaimer. His denials landed like wet tissue paper. His brand, torched. He went from business leader to viral villain in under 24 hours. And no amount of paving contracts can resurface that road. At the end of the day, this entire saga wasn't about a hat. It wasn't about a tennis match. It wasn't even about one spoiled moment. It was about arrogance, entitlement, and what happens when power collides with accountability in the age of viral cameras. Piotr Szczerek thought he could muscle his way into a child's memory and walk away with no consequences. That's what arrogance does. It convinces you the world owes you something. But what he didn't count on was the digital firing squad known as the internet. Millions of people replayed the clip, dissected every frame, and saw a man expose his true character, live, unfiltered, undeniable. His apology wasn't enough, because apologies don't erase actions. The video will outlive him. The memes will outlast his company, and his carefully polished reputation, built over decades in boardrooms and press releases, was destroyed in under 24 hours by one selfish grab. That's the brutal math of the internet age. And here's the part no CEO wants to hear. Once the public sees you as the villain, there's no press release that can save you. No translation error, no PR spin, no carefully worded statement can fight the raw, emotional evidence burned into people's minds. The clip said it all. A child reaching for kindness, and a businessman stealing it away. Kamil Majchrzak will be remembered as the athlete who made things right. The boy will remember that someone stood up for him. But Piotr? He's immortalized as the hat snatcher, a cautionary tale in corporate arrogance. Every time his name is typed into Google, this scandal will be chained to it like a scarlet letter. And it leaves us with one haunting question. How many other moments like this happen when the cameras aren't rolling? How many CEOs, politicians, or public figures commit small acts of selfishness that never make it online? Piotr was unlucky enough to be caught. But maybe the real story here is that in a world built on smartphones, surveillance, and social media, no one gets away with anything anymore. So when people ask, was this just a misunderstanding, or was this his true character? The truth is simple. For Piotr Szczerek, the verdict was sealed the second his hand closed around that cap. Because reputations aren't lost in boardrooms anymore. They're lost in seconds, on screens, in the eyes of millions who never forget. And that's the irony, isn't it? A man who built his empire paving roads just paved his own downfall, one hat grab at a time. Piotr Szczerek didn't just steal from a kid, he stole from himself, his credibility, his legacy, and any chance of being remembered as anything but the CEO of greed. The boy got his cap back, the player became a hero, and Piotr, he'll forever be the punchline in a meme where the villain wasn't a cartoon. It was just him clutching a child's hat like Gollum holding the One Ring. So what do you think? Was Piotr's excuse a misunderstanding? Or was this his true character caught in 4K? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you think he got what he deserved. And don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the next scandal I expose. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed my content, feel free to check out some of my other videos on the top of the screen. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed. Only on Tea Time with Tina.